Alright, we're there. Now we're ready to go. As you may recall, Isart used the Aetheryte in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva, using the crystal she stole from the House Fortem cavern. I think that's pronounced Fortan. It's very French. Although they speak with posh British accents. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint, but if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result would be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped. Stop them we shall. But first we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Ethernet and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetheryte to which she teleported. Sorry, I have multivitamin stuck in my throat. Good morning, Esther. A prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetheryte upon arrival, a reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Urianger, we have just concluded that we lack— What did all that? I'm just doing my best to, give Square some tips to cut down on the text boxes. That was like 300 words to say something that could be said in a sentence. Could have just met her here. Look at us, just shooting the proverbial shit together. Well, this seems like an important character introduction. We're spending a long time introducing her. Hey, first band of the day.
Here, am I right?
And she gets voice
None
acting.
other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and to thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
She sounds fun.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Charlian scholar and an authority on Aetheryte technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Oh, that's all we get. They were on a budget. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once, then. We have much to discuss. I dated a girl who had hair like that. She shaved one side of her head and had the whole comb over thing. It's not a comb over, it's a pullover? I don't know what you call that. Hair was on one side of her head always. Whenever there's dynamic camera, I expect voice acting.
Moon! God, it's been ages!
I'm correct.
Oh, longer, sister.
Are they sisters, or is it like, you know, hey, sister?
Joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Or like twin sisters, okay.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Got her.
Everyone, if I could have your attention.
I'm severely overdressed.
We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Sharlayan to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
I don't remember where
This
Sharlayan
grain,
is.
the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits,
Orianger's spitting game.
and nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Okay, maybe he's not.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Okay, he was pretending he didn't want a spit game, is what he was doing.
Go on. Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
He goes more Old English when he's
You still
nervous.
haven't found it then, your missing aetherite.
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
Saint Shiva. It's the first time I've heard to it referred as such.
I'm sorry, but if the aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the aetherite.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Let's do that.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient
Sounds a
volume,
lot
yet that
like
is not my chief
teleporting
concern.
in Star Trek.
To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite
Although,
precision would be a nigh
my theory
impossible
about Star
task
Trek
in
is they
itself.
die every time they teleport.
I barely succeeded in
'Cause-
facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon.
Speaking, I mean, they're
What
just
would
talking
you
about
describe
how we're
sounds
gonna do this, but
considerably more
speaking logically,
difficult.
if you were to teleport, what is more likely? That your molecules were ripped apart down to an atomic level, like
dangerous.
shoved at another
Every person has
location,
attempted to
and then
teleport in this
reassembled
fashion has died
perfectly
in the process.
fine.
They, however, did not have white aura sight
Or-
at their disposal.
Since replicators exist,
I can
every
use it
time
to
they
channel
teleport in
all
Star
the
Trek,
ether you can give me into the ether
their
eye.
body's dead,
However,
and
white aura
they basically
sight
make a
cannot
clone.
retain ether for an
out
extended
of a
period
replicator.
of time, so we would need to infuse it
about
immediately
it.
beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Though it risk the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the
We nod in
spirit.
unison. What a
Let's
team.
Roll the dice.
Bacon broth. So it's bacon grease, basically. Whew, I've already informed Alphanot of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Moonbreeder described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of his success. He also said that he wished to meet you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you will find him waiting for you when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you've done on our behalf, Jack, and I have faith that you will return to us as you always have. Okay. I haven't checked that out. I assume you can't see anything from the outside. Anti-dragon technology. And we can't go this way. Or can we? How far will it let us go? Now I'm curious. The edge of the map. Okay. Oh, we're going right into the instance. Good to see you, Jack. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. I literally came straight here. Captain Ilbert sends his regards, by the way. He tends to the interrogation of Eileen Royale in Ul'dah even as we speak. I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the Ivy upon your return. Trust that, by which I mean to say, ahem. The others are waiting for us at the Aetheryte. After you, Scion. Dynamic cam. That means we're getting voice acting. Care Bear, stare. There, it's ready. I was wrong. No voice acting. Ha! It worked, I think. Try tuning with the Aetheryte now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. We have done all we can, Jack. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, there's nothing after prepare. Let's go. You must seek out the beacon we have created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. I've never made these preparations they're talking about. It's like, prepare yourself. Alright, I'm prepared. We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual. We've been over this, and if she succeeds, you will have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and so I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Moonbreed's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Before you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Aymeric. Okay. Sir Aymeric reports that regrets that he cannot be here in person, and asks that I read you this letter. Ahem. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need, has not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Jakdebara, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea. Your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others to flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in great service to a greater cause. May Helon bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Okay. People even monologue when they're not here. How does he have that armor at that level? That must be store-bought. Or maybe it's the post-content level 60. Anyway. What was that? Snow cloak. Oh, it's that. Yes. I was gonna say, snow cloak sounds familiar. 11 minutes. Definitely not 11 minutes. Well, we obviously didn't stop her.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace.
Have you thought about bangs? You have a big
peace
forehead.
You would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down. We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance.
I mean, she really believes in what she's doing.
Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us to eternal grace.
Alright, that's easily the best primal summoning so far. Probably had more time to work on this one. Hello, Iceheart. Let's go. Hailstorm. Looks like a spread. What do we got? Show me some mechanics. Gotta get out of this, right? Yeah! I can do mechanics. I just taunted off this guy. That was rude. Alright, I think I missed that mechanic that time. Rise to join the chorus, my brothers. Okay. Big Seal Tempest. I should have been running my DPS meter for this. Curious how I'm doing. So I think I'm hitting hard. It's like I hit that mechanic once and I've ignored it ever since. Glacier Bash. Just gonna pop offensive. That was smart. That seemed like a tank buster without being a tank buster. This is an awesome looking fight. Okay. Alright, that's awesome. Now we got the music. Triple Inner Beast here. I'm gonna eat this. It's almost no damage. Probably more for DPS to worry about in this difficulty. Just gonna pop it offensive because why not? Good game. Best fight so far. Obviously, hard mode isn't hard at this point because we're item level super high. But that'd be a fun fight to do on extreme. Does that, like, intermission? The intermission where, like, the music cut out and they came back with the rock music. It's pretty great. I am Batman.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool. You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence.
I mean, context.
Mine is the righteous cause. You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. Trapped in a delusion of their own creation.
A lot of
and
cliches.
blind to the truth.
I need some facts, lady.
Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the keeper of the lake. See with eyes unclouded.
If you're trying to win me over, just tell me what's going on.
Do not squander Mother's gift.
The Asian music is almost meme-worthy at this point.
And so
We're
the vessel
creeping.
withdraws, a predictable outcome.
Yes,
Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate.
By the 12, you're alive. I mean, of course you're alive. Why wouldn't you be? Isart did what? And you're certain about that, are you? Dravanians are skilled with glamours after all. Look, if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just that I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. Me neither. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough, I was only asking. You ask me, there's naught to be gained from mulling over the implications of a story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the rising stones, eh? Hey, I'll get everyone to meet us there. But before that, you'd best pay a visit to Whiteburn Friend and speak with Alphanad. No. No, I don't have to talk to him. That or is busy playing at politics with the Asgardians. Either way, I'm sure that he'd be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon. There he is, and none of the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for all of us when I say... I think I speak for all of us when I say I should be nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. It's not too late to prevent further loss of life, an outcome worthy of celebration, for one for which we have Jack to thank. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Amric. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, would not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Drillmont has a caravan ready. The supplies which have been recovered have been prepared for transport, in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. I've heard that before. Of that I have no doubt. I take it that these are the self-same supplies the heretics stole from House Fortin Cavern. Thus the crystals which comprise the bulk of the shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of what was compromised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause, just the same. On an unrelated note, Jack might trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience. It is not for my benefit. A certain lord is most distressed when you learn of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray do not think less of him. Okay. I'm gonna try something first. We're gonna do it. I don't know how many dies I need. I don't care. No, probably not self. I want a dark green, so I'm assuming either marsh. I don't know what that is. Deepwood green is probably what it's going to be. There's people that are price gouging the crap out of it. Alright. 60k. I have a lot of money. Alright, now we go to... Well, if you know what a deep green dye is, that's what I'm looking for. So I don't know if this is or not, but we're going to find out. Wait. That's not what I want. Yeah, that is what I want. Oh, so this one can't be colored. It has to be the original one. Okay. So I have to go pick up all the warrior stuff because I put it in my glamour chest. Then I can come back and alter it. The system is so convoluted. And this game does a lot of stuff better than WoW. This is not one of them. Here. All right. The fighter stuff. Okay. So now we should be able to use the thingy on these. I don't know what color I want. They just say green. So we're gonna try this one. Hopefully it's good. Like, I want green, but there's a million shades of green. Okay. Where am I going? Not paying attention. Alright, let's go back to Limsa because the lighting's better there. Let's see if this die works. Well, lighting's usually better here. Alright. That looks like crap. Oh, you can see here. Okay. I think I like this hunter green. Alright, I think we're going with hunter green. So this other stuff I bought was quite useless. Okay. gonna swap our weapon back over to the other one. That one. That'll fit more with the green. Your guild name is Little Piggy. What are these? I'm confused. That seems good. I have prisms. Don't know what those are. Okay. What did you give me? Hot chocolate's easy enough. My inventory is a nightmare. Color me confused. Elementoys. Well, I have hot chocolate. I thank you for that. Unless I was somebody else. I could have been somebody else. So I got everything but... everything but the die. Oh, that's you. Oh, so... okay, that's you. So someone just gave me hot chocolate. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So I was just randomly accosted by a Lalafell. Thank you. Alright, now we do this. Oops. I'm gonna do the reveal when we're all done. I like it. And this axe matches pretty well. Definitely a change up. Yeah, it's very dark in here. I'm gonna go to the inn. So I gotta put on my normal gear, then glamour. Ooh, looks way better in the light. Look at that. I'm liking that a lot. The shininess is nice. Nice. I'm glad of my choice. Thank you for the die. That random Lalafell confused the hell out of me. Handed me. I don't know what she handed me. I got hot chocolate and something else. Alright, so we have to... First, because my... Yes. That gear's all this. Okay, then I'm going to put the fighter stuff back in here, because that's how this works. So head... Where's fighters? Augmented Fighters Curious. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, there we go. Body, Augmented Fighters Curious. I just can't read. It's the morning. That's done. Glamour plates. There we go. Yeah, there's quite a few people here. I forget why we picked it. Just back then, the whole game was way more populated. That was during, like, the WoW mass exodus during Shadowlands. Because everyone hated that expansion. Alright. Where are we going? Oh, Dragonhead. This is the guy that's probably evil. We've surmised. What were you thinking, Jared? Waging your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway. And then engage in the abomination in mortal combat. By the fury, Jack, 'tis the stuff of ballads, a battle for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. Yet here I was, forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. He's overdoing it, he's definitely evil. I would not wish such a torture on my most hated enemy. But you are here now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Aymeric wished to have words with you and Master Alphinaud in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. Where's the intercessory? Oh, yes, here. Yeah, I'm liking the green. Very emeraldy. That's what I was going for. Greetings, sir. I shall show you in at once. Voice acting, definitely.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks.
He's got more of a deep, posh
Never
voice.
before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the
He makes you
argument for
swoon? Yeah.
preemptive action should be
He's very
self-evident.
posh, precise,
Perchance
but
now
also
you
has a
will
deep voice. I
reconsider
can
my
see it.
proposal that Ishgard move against Nautalon.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment.
Okay.
Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
That's right.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
So Alphinaud can
As a
make his
gesture of good
army
faith,
that's
I
beholden
shall
to no one
withdraw
and will
my
of course
previous
not go
request.
wrong.
Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Aymeric, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zoma could return?
We summoned him in Final Fantasy 5 and 6, I think.
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am. Now, why do you suppose that is?
Finally someone puts Alphinaud in his place.
Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's Toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Glad someone does.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them.
Alphino just does things and hopes they work out.
For my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
That's right. Finally
Not
get
at
put in
all.
your place.
You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences.
Same.
Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind.
Orchefort. Seems like these guys were supposed to be French, but they just didn't get French accented voice actors.
Trust is ever in short supply.
Like Fortin,
This will
Orchefort.
go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent and necessitates a complete reappraisal of the primal threat, and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Gallian Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then, if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but our civilized peoples as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we would well find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, Jagged. It is better we continue this discussion in more dome. Okay. And we're getting more voice acting here. And at least we're not talking about moving the Scions for 2 hours again. This guy looks serious. I look cooler. What's up, Tataroot? Let's give her a salute. Wait, did she do something back? No. Or is her idle animation? That'd be... Oh, she waved. Nice. So, gaming dude in the vertical chat, if you're a real person, say hello. Because I've had a lot of people in the vertical chat or a lot of, you know, names in the vertical chat, just say said hi. And that's the first thing they say. Like, they said hi previously and I didn't respond. But they just say said hi, and then if I don't respond, they say said hi. Now, are you a real person gaming, dude? I'm very curious. If you say said hi again, that does not count.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthis, assuming you're ready to speak of it. Excellent. I shall summon the others at once.
That looks so cool.
Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
It's pretty hot, I'm not gonna lie.
Master Louisoir's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
As certain as we can be that good King Mogulmog the 12th was a primal, I should think.
That's my
Both
favorite
were
running joke.
ostensibly summoned.
You have to say good King Mogulmog the 12th the entire every time you mention his name.
Over definitions.
Can't just say King
Of
Mog.
more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not. But full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it. Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
About Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think. Hydaelyn speaks to her as well. If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth. Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgard-Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well-founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard-Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
The plot, as they say, thickens. I mean to scour the annals for knowledge of Midgard-Zoma. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few. Do you hear that? Commotion outside. Would you see if aught is amiss? I will, in my shiny green armor. What's up, everybody? Oh. Alpha no causing problems. Tataru, what's up? Cheers. Oh, she looks at you when you emote. She doesn't necessarily do something. Jack, 'tis well that you are on hand. We have a problem. Ral has escaped. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The Turkney was found slain, along with 2 guards. 'Tis plain she received inside help. Citizens report seeing Royale quitting the city via the Gate of Nald, with a bloodied spear in her hand. She makes for Castrum Meridianum. I am certain of it. With her fate in Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilbred and her first are hot upon Royal's heels. Pray make haste to Camp Blue Frog and join in the hut. Pretty sure Royale broke her out. Whenever I read Thanalan, I think of Black Betty. If you're an American, you know what I mean. Oh, Black Betty, Thanalan, oh, Black Betty. Thanks for coming, Scion. I've spoken with the soldiers here. They say that Royale walked through the camp not a bell ago. Aye, she walked right through. You did not mishear. We have Reborn's decision to keep the matter secret to thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her, and so here we are. Royale must not be allowed to reach Castrum Meridianum. Still think that guy's evil. Yeah, it dyed my armor. Astrid gave me some Hunter green dye after I figured out how to look at the dyes. I'm a big fan. The only thing that annoys me? A little bit of red left. Right there. I guess it adds some accent, but... yeah, I really like the green. Big fan. It goes well with the white, too. Very clean. Now we need to find some matching barding. This matches the other armor. Oh, we're going right up in here. Oh, this is out of bounds. Whoops. Flying problems. Oh. Instance. Praetorium? I'm assuming we're supposed to do? No. Why is it... I thought this meant it was part of the quest thing, but apparently it's not. I'm dumb. Moving on. I would do Ultimate Extreme if I had people to do it. I think this weekend I'm going to go on... There's a couple pretty popular Discords, and there's some Discords that specialize in doing old hard content, so I'm going to try to find people. For Coils first, because I want to see the story in Coils. This wretch was with Royale. He threw himself at us that his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we cut him down, not even when he started screaming. Nor loyalty even to her own, the goddamned harpy. With me, Scion, we almost have her. He sounds like he's putting on a show. First. Sorry, Lean. Actually, think you're right. Story says I gotta kill you. Okay, maybe she's not correct. She's spouting Empire propaganda now. I might be wrong. Oops, I did that inefficiently. Alright, looks like we gotta kill the ads first. It's stuck on one. This. Seems like we DPS too hard. They're having to hold her at 1 hit point so we can kill all the ad waves. So many steel cyclones. Right now. Oh, more ads. Alright. Let's take her alive. Bind her and do it tight. Yes, sir. Good work, men. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What would you know of low, you spoiled little lordling who has never known any want? I mean, I'm with her, honestly. Am I part of the Empire? People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think it is your God's given right to rule over others. She's got a point. You know naught of our plight. The injustice that we low-bornish guardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we are not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to do to survive, stealing, killing, even whoring myself. It was no fault of mine if fools imagined me a paragon when I joined the Flames. To hear you tell it, one would think you're the only person to have suffered. In case you haven't forgotten, Reborn himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand we had been dealt, and played it to the best of our ability. Life was a battle, aye. No matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. Yeah, let's make fun of Alphino some more, because he didn't do any of that. How are we any different, then? 'Tis true that we are both mercenaries of lowly birth. 'Tis true that we both had our fair share of struggles. Whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. My life has taught me one thing, it is that you never betray your own. I'd sooner cut off my own arm there is a hand against a friend. But enough talk. You will return to Old Odd to face justice, and the people whose trust you have dragged through the gutter. I think I've surmised that Gaming Dude is a bot. Apparently there are bots in vertical YouTube streams now. Weird. Like, what? For what purpose? Not so much as a hint of remorse. 'Tis well that this sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Reborn chose his.
I've heard. Truly bothersome business.
Yes.
No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Reborn. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the Blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace.
What was that sigh?
One of the East Aldenard trade routes.
I love being evil.
Occupied for a while. Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
You evil 10-year-old. Captain Ilbert and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of our miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Reborn, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend, and thanks. But I have one last task for you. Return to Rising Stones and apprise Menphilia of what has happened. I am aware that the antecedent held Morale in high regard. For better or worse, she will want to know how the tale ends. I should also be doing this as a bard, because it's lower level. But I am bored of this outfit, so... I'm gonna go back to my company outfit. I enjoyed that. This way. Like, this outfit, when you're in battle, looks awesome. When you're in a bunch of dialogue, like this is mostly just dialogue, looks a little overdressed. Right here. I'm not dyeing it pink. Alright, we need a new weapon, though. That would fit. Normal bow. Okay. That's a thing. Cedar longbow, very nice. I think that's the best we found. We can do this. Looks pretty good. I need to get the next level of this, though. I need a lot of seals. I did the quests, I did the dungeons to rank up in the Grand Company, but I need to do more stuff. What's up? Ooh, barding. Thank you. What is this? Oh, and then we unsheath it and it does stuff. Yeah. That probably fits with the new outfit better. Very cool. And barding. We will try these next time we mount. Nice. Thank you. Hopefully I can match one of those with my new outfit. Tatru? Ma'am? Oh, she's not even looking at me. She looked at me before. Okay. I'm not worried about that then. We'll get there when we get there.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alfino.
I'm getting a lot more voice acting.
To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent.
Ryu is how you
Not
pronounce
what to
that.
say.
Okay.
Together with Reborn, Eileen lent us much needed aid at the time of our Order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled.
Hello, everyone.
My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with White Auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Ascian souls. Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of
Exposition isn't terrible when it's voice
ether.
acted.
Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition
Seems an issue.
to Auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may,
Morning, Emma.
it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
You missed Shiva.
Quite so, my lady. We must
It was a great
needs
fight.
find the means to forge our own blade of ether.
Very
One
cinematic.
To equal that which Heidelin did benevolently bestow.
And going
upon her
from like
champion.
the typical, fantasy theme
That is all
into like
well
phase
and
2,
good, but it
and
seems to
then
me that
music cut
producing
out.
Such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of
Then it
ether.
comes back as a rock
Whence will it
theme.
come, pray tell?
It was really cool.
Oh, what if we had two
Yeah, it's
pieces of
great.
white
It was
armor?
a really good fight.
One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
That is an issue.
It would seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the aura site. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
Just go with it, Urianger. You know you want to.
While you were afield, word arrived from the Charlian motherland.
Then I can hang out with
You'll
Minfilia.
recall
This is
that
perfect.
A survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Vow. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the Isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Aye, yet the mystery endeth not.
Is it
with the
ERP
Isle's
if you do it with an
disappearance.
NPC? I don't think so.
It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian.
Like,
Every
hooking
last
up
one
with
of them was
Shadowheart and
researching a
Baldur's Gate.
phenomenon called dimensional
That's not ERP.
compression, or
That's
the
game
joining,
mechanics,
as the
baby.
ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
Lithania, thank you for the raid.
All indications suggest Ascian
You're my second raid ever.
But I sense
Welcome
that
to the
a force
stream.
greater still is at work. The entity the dark beings call the one true God. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon.
We are in post Realm
If
Reborn
she bore
content.
witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
It goes on for a long time, I'll just say that. We're finally getting to some good stuff now, but my goodness, before this was dragging. It's like, we need to think about moving from the Rising Stones to Mordona. 2 hours of content later. We're just about ready to move from the Waking Sands to Mordona. It's like, jeez. But now we're getting lots of cutscenes and voice acting. It's better now.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic
Reborn just plows ahead.
Eorzea.
His voice acting
So
really
swiftly
lends to
did
that.
They accomplished this. It was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu.
No nuance, just straightforward from this man.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the Media Project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence.
Yeah, someone told me that. They cut out filler. If they cut out filler out of that, my god, the original.
Seen the lot reduced to ash.
Whew, how new players get through that is a testament to their
figures within the royal household were against the
persistence.
decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Okay, context.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was
Okay,
left
more
to rue
context
with
to
lack of a
that
decisive
stuff.
means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Yeah, I can see, obviously this is like patch content, so you didn't do all of this at once if you were doing it like current time. It was like patch to patch, so there was a lot of time in between. So as it was a release, it was probably perfectly fine, because you wanted more story.
Of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima.
But now, just shoving it all together, it's a lot. I'm glad they trimmed some of it, because it was rough. Because you want new players to have a nice entry into the game, and that's really hard.
That Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the
You come from this high of destroying Ultima weapon, from like throwing back the Empire, and it's like, all right, we're gonna talk about logistics of traveling.
The 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Vorissos Galvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
He was a real villain all along.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or Monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal...
We're gonna do some torturing? Is that allowed in Eorzea?
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem,
that guy's gonna be evil. He has an evil voice.
I know that
yes.
well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
Reborn's not devious enough to be evil.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
Hey, Scans at Night, thank you for the follow.
Treated fairly. On that you have
really appreciate it, man.
Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long.
Stream pretty much every morning during the week. Usually around 9 a.m. Central Time, US.
And with that, I take my leave.
We all hate Alphinaud here, right? Right? Yeah. Again, you guys probably know more of the story and have more context, and he's probably not insufferable later. But right now,
all these years,
he's been the roughest scion for sure.
How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them?
I've called him the Redditor.
Those cankers.
He just shows up and is like, actually, you should have done it this way. That would have been more efficient.
Grow fat while the people starve.
Reborn's mad.
Hear me, monetarist scum. Your crimes would not go unpunished.
I don't know much about Alizé.
Purge this land of your sickness.
Yeah, Reborn's getting
before the eyes of the
epic.
I swear it.
To an empty room. You go, Reborn. I don't know much about Alizé because I haven't done coils yet. I haven't found a group. But I like Alizé so far. Because
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace.
I wanted to pause it for a second. Because Alice, when Alphen was at the celebration earlier in A Realm Reborn.
Not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
Poor Nanimo. I'll say
Has
it later.
the situation grown so grim?
Her voice acting got so upgraded.
Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence
Both of them,
upon
actually.
the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs.
All I remember
Now's not the
of
time
her
to be
old voice
bickering among
actress
ourselves.
is Reborn. This one's a lot better.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
This is the same voice actor, I believe.
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond
Not a
any
very
one
veiled
individual
metaphor.
to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Uldah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends.
Too real.
For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
My friends, it was for no
Her
other
smile's
reason
kinda
than
creepy.
to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Reborn to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people.
So she's Marcus Aurelius? So who's our Commodus?
Forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
Oh, you just get achievements for doing quests. Okay. So she's going to step down. I am most eager to address the Ascian threat. However, we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with this god is tenuous at best. To think that the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Some days I wonder if it was wise for us to take on so many other responsibilities. Unless you forget, antecedent, the Scions need not shoulder the burden alone. We're not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason. Yeah, okay. Alice, why I like her, she had a great first impression, even though I don't know her at all because she hasn't been in the story and haven't done coils. When they were doing their remembrance services early, like you were going from city to city, they were the leaders were speaking their piece about Cardinal and all that. And Alphino just started talking, like, actually, it's not what happened, let me tell you how it went. And then he just started rambling. And, like, while he was still talking, Alice every time would just walk away. And I'm like, alright, same. And he just kind of stopped. He's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll leave too. It's like she's just done with him when he gets rambling. So I like her of the twins. True, we are presented with a multitude of problems. However, we have all the resources we need to address them in turn. Jack, in particular, is ever a steadying hand who I trust will continue to support the Braves. Until they collapse, which I know they're going to. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Ul'dah? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of the highest-ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice it to say, Teleji Adeleji and his monetarist ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Reborn needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in Ul'dah, unless you have an objection. None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand, and no one wants to listen to you. Munbreeder's research is proceeding as planned. So she tells me, though I am not familiar with the details. Oriange is poring over his tombs at the Waking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to form an ethereal blade at will, remains unsolved. Nevertheless, it is only a matter of time. Jack, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Alphinaud, no, and his Braves with theirs. It would do much to restore faith in the Immortal Flames if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound to organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. You could have just said thank you. You don't have to preface that, bro. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Rial's latest report. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information others wish kept secret, hence why I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Ul'dah riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a task for you. If there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once in the usual fashion. By Bluetooth. Or link shells. Pleasure as always, Jack. You'll be escorting the commander to Ul'dah, I take it? Actually, I had another task in mind for him. If you would be so kind as to repeat your report for his benefit. Right then. It's the shifty music. Me and mine have always been making inquiries into the source of the weapons been found in the refugee hands a ways back. Although he sounds more southern, the way he's accenting these. Me and mine have been making inquiries into the source of weapons that were found their ways into refugee hands a while back. So what happens we got wind of something promising, rather large bushes of sharp and pointy things by a black marketeer holed up near High Bridge. I doubt that this man would have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting. Clients that, for whatever reason, would prefer for this transaction to remain secret. Brings to mind that merchant what caught an arrow while talking to Jack, don't it? Generous fellow he was, doling out swords and spears to the downtrodden and disgruntled. Which isn't to say these clients have the same mischief in mind, but if you want to be sure, it might be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods, savvy? Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands would be for the best. However, if we strike at the appointed hour, we might capture the black marketeer, as well as his clients. What say you, Jack? Then it is settled. Rendezvous with Captain Ilbred at High Bridge and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you'd excuse me, I must leave for Ul'dah. Good. You can stay there. We're cool. Anyway, High Bridge. I know I have to level my bard, but I miss my warrior outfit. And really, I'm level 54. I'm not low level. Maybe I should work at my grand company so I can get the next outfit. Storm Lieutenant, I think it is. It's the next tier. Oh, hold on. I meant to try the barding. What's up, buddy? Even though this matches what I'm wearing now. Let's see. Character. Oh, God. Nope. Companion. There we go. Let's see. Ooh, 11 looks red. That's a good look. We'll go with that. Ah, Jack, my scouts have been keeping a close eye on the black marketeer, and it would seem that his guests have arrived. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard. Common thugs of no consequence, but they are nevertheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath a man of your standing, and Commander Leveleur, I needn't have dispatched you hither, but powerful men have need of loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found one in you, it is only natural he would come to rely upon you without hesitation. And really, these don't get much experience anyway. I can do one duty and get it a level, basically. Now then, we should make for the Burning Wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure that the clients do not escape. With me, Jack. Later. Dragoon armor looks so cool. Look at this guy. Tony. Mount's looking good. I spy the one man, but there are sure to be others. I have a plan. While you approach the sentry and create a distraction, my men and I will slip past and catch the black marketeer unawares. Once you've disposed of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions? Then let us be off. Good luck, my friend. Hello, hired thug. Who goes there? An adventurer? Damn fool. I should have never come here. Okay. Tab targeting's not working. And well, I did speak with the hired thug. I don't understand. What's this all about? God! Is this where we start figuring out that this guy may have some bad intentions? Yep. As you can see, this is a fine mess. The creepy music's playing, so you know this is nefarious. When I tried to restrain him, he drew a hidden blade and lashed out. But before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard, and to bring an inexperienced recruit. Commander Leverlet would be most disappointed. I have not seen any of the magic cards for Final Fantasy. I used to play Magic, and I stopped a while ago. But I know if I bought one of those packs, one, they cost way too much money, and two, I'd want all of them, so nope. I have not seen the card. How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard, and to bring an inexperienced recruit. Commander Leverlet will be most disappointed. You killed him on purpose. And again, he's overplaying it. Damn it all, a golden opportunity wasted. As for the clients, though we know not how, they slipped past our perimeter. At present, the first is currently tracking a party of Duskrite sellswords we suspect may be with them. What would that we could have enlisted the aid of the immortal flames of the brass blades. Alas, we're here to aid them. They're in no position to aid us. Well, at the very least, we have secured the weapons. Even that accomplishment is lacking, for the information we've received indicated a massive shipment. And this is anything but. We will join the first in their hunt for the Duskrite sellswords. If the gods are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, I ask that you deliver these weapons to Ul'dah in my stead. Entrust them to the third Yu Haste. He will take care of the rest. Okay. Ul'dah. Now I actually need to be right back. My dog is barking incessantly at the door. And she's normally very laid back for a corgi, but when she wants to go out, she does make it known. So, I will be right back. Let's find a good angle to chill. There we go. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Had her... Let her out, let her back in. And it's time for her dental treat as well. It's funny, I've learned... Corgis are very smart. We're gonna go back to warrior. Wait, glamours cannot be restored. What does that mean? Looks like I have everything on. I look fantastic. Alright. But, yeah, I've learned Corgis are very smart because she knows a ton of tricks. Like, she can do, like, play dead, roll over. Promenade. Play dead, roll over, like, stand on her hind legs, paw, all that. But when you tell her to do one to get her treat, she'll do all of them at the same time. Alright, there. So she'll like roll over with a paw out and then play dead and then go on her hind legs if you just say one thing. It's like, what do you want, human? I'm giving you all of it. Just give me the damn treat. I'm not going to play your game. Oh. Weaver's Guild. Hello. Ah, the Warrior of Light, ever reliable friend of the Crystal Braves. Oh, my mic was off that whole time. I just said a whole story. Anyway, the Warrior of Light, ever reliable friend of the Crystal Braves. You have my deepest thanks for your assistance in Querthus. Now what brings you to us this day? It wasn't off. It was physically off on my mic. Weird. A gift of weapons from a certain black marketeer, courtesy of Captain Ilbert, you say. So apparently my mic doesn't turn off when I switch it off. That's something good to know. Understood. Once we catalog the contents, I'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. This cannot be everything, can it? Rio stated with confidence that there would be a far greater quantity of weapons. A blatant falsehood. Clearly, Rio is unfamiliar with the ways of Uldan merchants. Whoever strive to present themselves is greater than they are. We should be thankful that this information was not completely erroneous, and that we managed to achieve anything of worth at all. Demise, you did not have to point that out, because now I'm going to notice that, and I'm not going to be able to ignore it. It's still something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Now my outfit is Christmassy, which I wasn't going for. Besides, we've got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Garleans up north. There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. One sensible person. If you have no further need of us, then I shall take my unit to the Cerulean processing plant. Time for the fourth to earn their keep, eh? Fight well, Elian, for the freedom of all. I don't like their salute. It's almost like giving someone the finger without having the finger up. Excellent work as always, my friend. Rest assured that the Immortal Flames were not friends. I've never talked to you before. No, yes I have. You were a merchant not long ago. Rest assured that the Immortal Flames will hear of your contribution. Until we meet again. We met him in Thanalan a long time ago. Remember that name. Yeah, red line right there. I'm seeing it now. Jacked, a word. If it, no, we made him Southern. A word, if it pleases you. Not here. Look for me at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time, don't you worry. You can't argue Lalas have much differentiation. They're potatoes with, like, things stuck on them. Like, Aleti Tedeleji, whatever his name is. His mustache and beard are not convincing. Looks like he went to a costume shop and plopped those on his potato face. You know it, and I know it. Everybody knows it. Thanks for indulging me request. Few places better than the market for privacy, I find. All the hustle and the bustle of commerce means most conversations go unnoticed, which I find kind of funny because I love gnomes in WoW, but gnomes are different. They look more like they're 20 years old and not, 7. I'll get to the point. At the burner wall, when you and the captain interrupt the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything. Leave no detail out. He kind of murdered a dude. Oh, it's red down here. Maybe that there's little red accents everywhere. It's not so bad, because we've got red here, red here, red here. It's not quite how the first told it. These Duskwats they were chasing. Latest word is we lost a trail. But you never saw him yourself? Not before the fighting started, not after? Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in my bones. I'm not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boast. Our information was reliable, gods damn it. I know he purchased those weapons. As if I've never deciphered a moneylender's books or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Did plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started, believe me. The commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking gil from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days the money flows like water. The first and the third get the shiniest new toys. Forgive me, friend. I have a lot on my mind these days, and I appreciate you lending an ear. Right then, best get back to it. So basically, the commander dude is outfitting his co-conspirators with good weapons. Jack, can you hear me? This is Tataru. Tataru is the only cool Lalafell. Your presence is urgently requested at the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you're able. Actually, no. Poppy Emo's cool, too. I'm talking about NPCs. Of course. Thank you for coming so quickly, Jack. We have a guest from Mishgard who wishes to speak with you. A most, determined lady by all indications. I do like my ladies determined. Our guests with the antecedent and the solar at present. Let's not keep them any wait. Yeah, I can say words. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, shall we? Cool. Lucia.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well.
Why?
But I cannot afford to wait any longer.
We don't need him.
The Lord
It's
Commander
fine.
sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
That's what I'm here for.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear.
I'm guessing Lucia sticks around a while.
The northern sky doth burn full
yes,
bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth.
You don't need to add eth onto beckon. It's just wasting
The
time.
old Curthen rhyme, aye. The brightening of the dragon star is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
Isn't Midgard Soma like the size of a continent?
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald. Only to fall in his duel with the
Oh, I remember that. That's from the cutscene. So he's huge.
Devoid of life, his corpse
not the size of a continent.
Entwined about the Magitech monstrosity, even unto this day.
He's like the size of a Midgard Soma. All right, got it.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragon Star portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgard Zorma had roared,
I love my
wouldn't
armor.
we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
The green is working for me.
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard Zorma.
He's an incredible summon in Final Fantasy. He casts like
Only
4
by
spells when you
directly
summon him.
examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept?
I want to see one cutscene where my character just goes, nah.
We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
Alright. Didn't learn much about Lucia
Pray
there.
tell.
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Great line. Getting hype now. Alright. As we get closer to Heaven's Ward, the cutscenes are getting really good. Forgive me if I state aught which you already know, but I will ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. I don't need to know. We're good. As Urianger stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrius, a former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction 15 years ago. As the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius van Balsa attempted to seize control of Mordona. So massive was his force that all thought his victory a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea's aid that day. Midgard Sommer, legendary guardian of Silvertear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the Garlean airships overhead. In what would later become known as the Battle of Silvertear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging the Agrius. In the ensuing struggle, the flagship Ceruleum engines failed, and it tumbled into the lake below. Yet its victory came at a great cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. The same explosion transformed Silvertear Falls into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystallizing aether from moms around. Yet a remnant of the lake remains, and at its center, a constant reminder of that fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sir Americ's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing watch over the Keeper of the Lake. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Sounds good. Be careful, my friend. We know not what dangers await you within. Now then, let us not neglect our own tasks. There is much to be done, and precious little time to do it. Alright. Well, we're there anyway. I just teleported outside. Oh well. Alright, we're going outside. Time to put the visor down. I am Batman. It's a party for Ultimate Extinct? Ah. Yeah, I don't have time. If there was a one-shot, we could probably do it. But I don't have time. I don't want to be that guy that we wipe a few times and leave. No one wants to be that guy. So. Yeah, I'm going to try and see. Because on the Discord, apparently there's a separate Discord for people that do old content. So I'm going to see what they have, like, when they're scheduled to do it, or if I can just convince a few people to do coils. Because coils is the big one, because I want the story. The other ones would just be frosting if I could get in on any of the other extremes. I gotta keep an eye on the party finder. I've been not good about that. You're on luck, sir. I was about to send word to Revenant's Toll about the Garleans. Of late, I've seen small airships, likely from Castrum Sentry, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake. Though we cannot say for certain at this distance. I believe they may be salvaging something from within the wreckage. The Castrum supply lines have been cut for some time, and in wager they're desperately in need of spare parts and other equipment. So it's true then, the Ishgardians honestly fear the worm might rise again. Well, from here that seems rather unlikely. But if it's assurances they want, you've no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creatures which inhabit the wreckage, and the aforementioned Garleans won't take kindly to your presence. They're sure to fire up an airship, so I'd advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of the Agrius, then climb to the top. That's the only viable approach, I'd say. Alright, I think I have time for this. One thing, too, I don't know how much it matters, but I know if you're a Dragoon, you get more out of the Heavensward story. I don't know if I have time to level up a whole Dragoon, but if it's, I'll Reddit it and see if it's worth doing. Alright, Emma or Althea want to come as well? You guys good? See, you guys are online. Work is too busy? Alright. Emma? I give you 10 seconds. And last boss? Alright. This will probably be the last thing I do today, so we can wait a little bit. I'm definitely doing Shiva again, though. That music was awesome. Should be doing a fate because I need seals. I still have a lot of greens to turn in as well, so we might get there anyway. Okay, cool. Nice. Bosom Buddies is almost complete. Assuming that's something with my dude here. Alright, looks like you're still transferring. Oh, we can try other barding while we're waiting too. Let's try... Don't know what I haven't tried. Ooh, that matches. Perfect. But I don't think I have a full set of that. Yeah, I don't. Try Tidal, that looks greenish. I don't like the look. It doesn't match, but it just looks cool. Yeah, that doesn't work with the hat. That's pretty neat. We're gonna go with that. Alright. Let's knock this out. See if this can match Shiva music. Probably not. We'll see. The Keeper of the Lake. Make sure I'm not in anything else. Oh, yes we are. I can change my chocobo's color. Where do you do that? At the place in Gridania? Ah, okay. Okay, I'll get there when I get there. I haven't tried to buy a house yet. And also, I do have one question about housing. Is there different neighborhoods for housing in each expansion? Or is it all just the original kind of 3? Ooh, I'm gonna salute this person. Welcome. Well, can't go forward. I wasted a cooldown there. Uldag, Gridania, Limsa, Querthus. Oh, so I haven't seen Querthus yet. And Kugane, I'm assuming that's next expansion? Stormblood, okay. I think I like Gridania anyway. So if I'm gonna buy a place, probably to be Gridania. Even though my grand company is Limsa. Lavender Bed's the Gridania one, right? The woods one? Because in real life, that's where I would want to live. I grew up in Maine. I love the woods. Yeah. So yeah, if I can find a spot and have the money, I'm going to go with that. That's right. There was some respect on Maine's name. Big crits. So Kugan is the more... Isn't that Chinese-inspired expansion? Oh. That's the boss over there. I almost said Asian-inspired expansion when this is a Japanese game. Oh. Got hit by that. Alright, we got a Tank Buster. Pop the cooldown. Still hurt, jeez. I probably would have one-shot without my defensive on. I have Vuln up. Okay. I don't know how to drop vulnerability in this fight. Oh, so getting hit... Okay, I get hit by that every time, so you probably are having a fun time healing me right now. Okay. So yeah, I'll keep defensive up. Good healing. Yeah, I got hit by every one of those exploding things, so that'll do it. But that's just an interesting way to do things. Like, mechanics don't necessarily kill you, but if you mess up enough of them, you're pretty much done. The Garleans definitely have a presence here. This is not what I expected this dungeon to be. That's an AoE. Whoops. Wrong button. DPS destroyed. I need to remember to turn on my meter. I do get satisfaction of hitting my buttons correctly and saving cooldowns to the right time and seeing my DPS be good. No, what meter? I would never run a meter. I don't know what you're talking about. Not a thing I would ever do. But from what I understand, it's a don't ask, don't tell policy. As long as you don't bring it up in chat at all, pretend you don't even have it, there's no problem with it. Because I did do some research too. Apparently Yoshi P was caught using it too, so as long as you don't talk about it, it's fine. Oh, meters are fine. Just don't be a dick. It's like anything else. Yeah, I just love this game. But like anything else, it's just a thing to use for yourself. And I like the way they do it in this game because, wow, all that matters is your gear score and your damage. That's it. You're just numbers to people, and that sucks. So I think the community is way better here, and that's one of the reasons why. Because I've fucked stuff up, I'll fuck a lot more up. Oh, that continues. That's a new mechanic. So that's a persistent effect, even though the graphic went away. Okay, I'm going right through the fire, as you do. Like right there, it feels good to pop all your cooldowns in the ad wave. And if I could look at some numbers from an unspecified thing, that would make me feel good in my tingly bits. I've been hit by that fire every time, by the way. I just don't want you to be bored healing, you know? I'm doing it for you. Jeez, I did it again. I'm not paying attention to that ability. Flamethrower, even though the graphic leaves, is a persistent effect. So now I know that exists too. Cool. Don't say that, Demise. Did you tell her you're helping someone fight the might of Midgard Summer and destroy the Garlean influence in the region? Try that on her. Find it works really well. That thing's back. I hit recommended gear, so I'm assuming the 56X would be on right now. Oh, she got you into the game. Yeah. She'll accept it. Oh, it just hit 56. Okay. Yeah, levels haven't been a thing you have to pay attention to much in this game, so. Oh, I didn't put it in my armory. I love my dyed armor, by the way. I look awesome. I am Batman.
Treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet.
He's alive, sort of.
Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear.
I just got a Mufasa flashback. Remember who you are. Alright. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry. Armory chest. Oh, so it's the same thing, just darker. And it's got little spikes on it. Something tells me this isn't the true might of Midgard Summer. We're fighting like a ghost or something. Huge opener. I forget what I can interrupt and what I can't. So I know there's an indication. What's happening? Like something about the cast bar tells you if you can interrupt it or not. I don't remember what that is. Oh dear. Okay, so those shoot straight out from them. Future reference. He just hit us with disgust. I've been a target of that before. Mostly in bars when I was young and dumb and drunk. Okay, so that's going that way. So we go here. Void. Beautiful. We know mechanics. And I'm overcapping. Yeah, I'm definitely hearing the Lala voices. A lot of Hyas. So thou art gifted. That's what she said. Stack? Stack? Yeah, that's a stack one. Oh, that looks cool. And I'm overcapped again. Alright, where are they facing? That way and that way. So we should be fine, like right here. Look at me, no vulnerabilities. Tank Buster. Keep off this. Boom. Dungeon Master almost complete. I wonder if that means I missed a dungeon, because I thought I hit all the hard modes. Our random was fun. It's not a bad look. Thanks for the run, guys. Even though I had to listen to Alala scream the whole time. There was an old version of that fight.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve.
Emma, it's a bit. We gotta keep the bit going, okay?
Speak, mortal, and I shall listen.
Mufasa?
Guided by a star.
It's a good laugh.
My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn.
So now we're setting up Heaven's Ward. I want to level a Lancer now. I know it's stupid and it probably doesn't add much, but I like being immersed, and I know you get a little bit extra if you're a Dragoon.
We do not forget. We do not forgive.
Wonder how long that would take. Because DPS dungeon queues aren't the best.
7 children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution.
Because at least up to level 30, you get like, what, 70% extra experience plus your food?
To join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor.
Oh, you're a mentor person. Nice. Okay.
Thy reprieve is at an end.
Because as want as I am to delay Heaven's Ward further, I think it'd be cool to be a Dragoon for that. If there's, like, probably the Dragoon class quests give you a lot of different stuff, too.
This frail, noble creature is not gifted.
And I did level Dragoon when I, again, leveled through Realm Reborn last time, and I know you get the armor through the class quests, just like the other classes, and the Dragoon armor is awesome. Oh, that's nice of him. I can level boost just to 50? Because I wouldn't be opposed to doing that, because it's not like I haven't seen the content I'll be going through. If it's max level, no. If you could pick a level, I wouldn't mind that. Midgard Summer just blasted us with something. Yeah, if it's to max level, then definitely not. Like, I'll just level. But I mean, all I'll be doing if it's not is dungeon queuing, just the open world quest stuff, levies. So not the most engaging content. Ooh. This is a monumental shift in mechanics. Midgard Somar did something. It's to 90? Yeah, I'm not doing it then. Yeah, and skip the class quests. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. I want all the class quests. Does that mean I'm going to delay Heavensward more? Every, like, stream title has been Heavensward today, finishing a Realm Reborn. And I have not.
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath.
I could do some leveling tonight if the girlfriend doesn't get mad at me, because that's our together time.
Mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine.
Okay, but what did you just do? That I don't understand.
I did but strip thee
Ah.
mistress's feeble blessing.
That sounds bad.
Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
Hey, buddy. Toothless?
Their covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen,
So I don't work with Heidelin anymore.
wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will.
This could be a problem, considering the dragons apparently want to destroy Ishgard. Now we have Midgard Summer watching over us? That's not good.
His grasp.
This piano's going crazy, by the way.
I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice.
I don't think I finished it, no. Okay, I'll finish it then I can level.
The dragon song.
Because then I'll have the earring and 2 rings. And that'll get me to level 30 and like instantly. Then there's 2 that'll take me to 50. There's a brand new ring up to 30, then the other one's to 50, then that one's to 60. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. It shouldn't take too long then. And if I can get a few good, decent dungeon queues, because dungeons give you a ton of experience. Oh. So does he talk to you? Or is he just a minion? Huh. Interesting. I was beginning to fear the worst with those explosions I saw. But you shouldn't waste time talking with me. As you can see, the caffeine is kicked in. Alpha no less a message stating you return to the Rising Stones at once. Okay. We're not going to do that, though, before we log off. Because Alpha no is going to talk for 5 years. We're going to be a Lancer. I probably have no lower level gear anymore. Pretty sure I got rid of it all, so I might have to buy some. But I'll give this game credit. There's a lot of stuff to do to level. Like, even the regular quests that no one does, you can do. And you probably get some story from there. You can do leaves, you can do fates, you can do PvP, you can do like anything. If you seek to refine your skills with the polearm. All these guys are Irish, by the way. Gridanians, I've decided. Then you have come to the right place, and I can only do so many accents. Yeah, hunting logs, too. Here at the Lancers Guild, spear wielders gather to train with one another, and further own their abilities under the tutelage of our fine instructors. Emma, creep me out. All I have to do is tilt the camera up, and I can't see you, so it's fine. Maybe. Almost. Do you seek membership with us? Very well. I shall provide you with the insight on the history of our guild. Hey! Dang it. You found the spot. More than just an instrument of war, the spear is also a tool for hunting. And with game ever plentiful in the Twelveswood, the weapon has been the mainstay of the locals here since before the founding of Gridania. With the passing of time, our nation became a gathering place for spearmasters from across the realm, many eager to test their mettle against the famed might of our wood whalers. It was here in Gridania that the myriad fighting styles came into contact, eventually giving rise to the art taught here today. That spear technique could be formalized at all, owed much to the founding of the Lancers Guild by the wood whaler captain Mistal nigh on century past. In tradition of accepting students from without as well as within Gridania's borders persist to this day, ensuring that the art of the polearm may not only survive, but also continue to evolve. Well, there you have it. Hope this brief history of the guild has helped settle any doubts in your mind. The Lancers Guild is always eager to welcome new initiates. If you will to enlist, speak with me again and we can begin the enrollment procedures. Well then, have you made up your mind to enlist in the Lancers Guild? Excellent. I shall let Guildmaster Ewain know to expect you. All who seek admittance to our ranks must present themselves before him. He will judge if you are fit to become one of us. Pray make your way to the training area within. Our Guildmaster awaits you there. Can I put on my lance yet, or do I have to do the quest thingy? Oh, I didn't get it yet. Gotta talk to them. Now I have leveled Lancer to level 40. I think got it to like 45 when I played last time. Well met, adventurer. I understand you wish to learn the Lancer's art under our roof. I see you have some combat experience, yet it remains to be seen if such skills you have acquired will yet avail you here. But no matter, in my capacity as Guildmaster, I shall guide your training, beginning with the very basics, the principles of our art. There exist myriad fighting styles, each of which has its own unique qualities. None, however, can claim to be as offensively minded as ours. Our approach is ever one of attack, no matter who or what we face. An experienced lancer is able to wield a polearm as if it were an extension of his body. He transforms into a raging storm before his foes, delivering a barrage of devastating thrusts and slashes. To facilitate such a relentless assault, we lancers forego plate, favoring armor of leather and chain. So I think I have every armor type now. I have, the bard is different than the lancer, which is so heavy, medium, light. Just tell him to shut up. You've killed multiple gods in the ultimate weapon. That's true. You think that would work. Such materials provide adequate protection without unduly hindering movement. A lancer's worth may be measured quite simply, and how swiftly and decisively it can pierce his enemy's defenses. By its nature, the polearm is a simple weapon to wield, for good or ill. Even out of armor's hands, it is capable of wreaking considerable havoc. Thus it has been a mainstay of every great army since ancient times. That's right, I don't have robes. Yet know that a lance alone does not a lancer make. Faced with unfavorable odds, an unseasoned spearman will break formation and flee without a moment's hesitation. A true lancer, however, flinches not before his enemies, for he knows not the meaning of fear. Even if he does press forward, disdainful of the odds. This guy really likes lasers. That he might pierce the enemy line and open a path to victory. Needless to say, doing so requires no small amount of courage, and that is why our guild is striven from the first to instill this essential quality in every soul who passes through our halls. Arduous trials await you should you join our ranks. Knowing this, be the resolve to wield a lance. That was a diatribe. Well said, adventurer. I see no reason to deny you a place within our ranks. Ah, but I neglected to introduce myself. I am Ewain, master of this guild. Pleasantries duly exchanged. I shall add to your hunting log the names of the creatures against which a lancer might own his skills. In celebration of the occasion, I hereby present you with your very own spear. Arm yourself with it, and speak to me once more. Whatever you undertake your first task. A trial to be precise. Definitely not. But again, if I like this game and at max level as much as I do now, I will definitely level a different character in order to level the classes that I think look cooler on a female. Probably like most of the casters, as cliche as that is. Like dancer, stuff like that. Because I'm a man on this guy. Oh, what am I doing? Character. I need to clean some of this out. See if I have any gear. Hey, got my Rogan and stuff. Oh, and that hat. I don't like that hat. Go away, hat. Yeah, this works. Base gear. Nope, not doing that. Not fancying the female Lala. I'm probably gonna go eventually with the... I like the female dragon ladies. They look cool. And I don't see a lot of them. I see a lot of bunny girls. I see a lot of female Lalas, unfortunately. And I see a lot of cat girls. But not as many of the dragon girls. So you're able to discern one end of the spear from the other? Good. You're doubtless eager to put your new weapon to the test, which is well, for I too have a test in mind, or rather, a trial. In order to develop an affinity with your weapon and learn to gauge such things as distance, you're to go forth and pit yourself against the creatures that roam just outside the city. The squirrels, ladybugs, and funguars should provide you with suitable challenge. Put down, let us say, 3 of each, and then report back to me. Slayer of Ultima Weapon and Gods. Oh, what's up? Are you making me naked? What are you trying to say? Okay. No, I do appreciate this, because this, I know what this does now. Basically, you can glamour a lot of your stuff to not be there if you want to go with minimalist outfit. So thank you. I will put those in the glamour. Oh. I'll put that in the glamour stuff, in the glamour chest henceforth. That's a hell of a piece of food. 10% everything. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna put it in my glamour chest. So I can do glamours if I want to remove some stuff. It's a nice cookie. I'm just gonna do this level 1 quest and probably head out because running a bit late. But I want to fight a little bit. But yeah, so the plan will be finish the Hall of the Novice so I get that ring, and then start leveling this up. Wonder if Midgar Summer approves that I'm a Lancer. Yeah, cool. That'd be a big help. And I have to do something with my travesty of an inventory. I say that every time I look at it. Here we are. Combat. I cue you, and I cue you again. That would be good if I could see my entire inventory at once. I'll do that next time as I clean out all this crap. Because I should probably just get seals from all these. Alright. Level 5. That was quick. Alright, we're gonna log out. Go back to Limsa. Because it is time for work, unfortunately. Yeah, DPS, I think, is the least engaging out of all the rules. That's why I really enjoy tanking. Puts you in a lot of control of what's going on, and you feel more impactful. I get too stressed out by healing. Alright. Bedtime. And done. Alright, we're done for the day. Next time. Actually, maybe not even next time we're going on to Heaven's Word because I want to level Lancer. We might just be leveling Lancer tomorrow. But thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for the raid. Let me double check who that was. Luthania, thank you very much for the raid. I'm going to return the favor and try to find someone who's at early levels like I am. Let's see. This one looks cool. It's also a VTuber. Oh no, he's German. Well, say hi anyway. I didn't realize he was German. But I don't know how to cancel this, so we're doing it. Alright. If you don't want to stick around in there, I don't blame you because he's speaking German, but I already hit the button. Alright, have a good one, guys.